as soon as they blackball Cap, if the majority of the players in the NFL would have said, we not coming to work until that man get a job, it would have been over in a weekend.
Do you watch football?
I don't.
You don't watch it no more?
No more. I mean, I did for it, but ever since the Cap shit, I ain't really seen a game.
You ain't seen the game
I
no
mean,
more?
I still pay attention. I still watch Sports Center and be checking out, but I don't really.
Yeah, you know what? I don't watch it in my house.
Right.
I don't watch it in my house.
But if it's at the sports bar.
Yeah, if I go somewhere and it's on, I'm watching.
See, I own a sports bar, so I let the game be on because that's what the Patriots
Okay,
want.
you dig what I'm saying? I think, I don't see nothing wrong with that because the motherfucking game was going to be on anyway.
Anyway.
So whether I watch it or not.
And this has always really perplexed me because obviously there's the conversation like the Jay-Z conversation and Cap, which I don't, there's no division there. I
don't think so.
But what about all of these employed $40 million superstars that are playing this game? They provide for their family, and we're not mad at them. So I think we should approach it the same way that, if you enjoy the game of football, just appreciate the game of football. And I stand with Cap. I was with him at Super Bowl Sunday at his crib.
Man, on Super Bowl, I told Cap that he should come to Atlanta and we should do a big event, an anti-NFL event.
Yeah, he did. He said,
what I'm saying? And we should really gather, fill the room up with people like us. Yeah. And show how much solidarity we had within the community. Yeah.
That fact that Cap is my guy, but his goal is to play in the NFL. Like he wants to do what he was born to do, and that's to be a quarterback. So at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's saying let's get rid of football. No, I think the idea is like the solidarity in which you speak. Like, how can we all come together and show our unity? Now, the thing that would have been beautiful, which I wish would have happened and it would have all been over, as soon as they blackball Cap, if the majority of the players in the NFL would have said, we not coming to work until that man get a job, it would have been over in a weekend. It would have been like everybody like, oh shit. Then that owner mentality would have been switched up hella quick, because if ain't nobody showed up to work because we had that solidarity, that would have showed our power. But instead, they start turning us against each other. That's even what's happening with the J shit.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So all we got to do is just keep the same solidarity that we got to keep rocking, because that man sacrificed some things for his freedom of speech and for our community, and I think he's owed the solidarity and respect for us to support him. I
mean, I can dig it. I tell Cap all the time, I think he's stronger without working. Yeah. Within the constraints of the NFL.
I agree. I think the legacy would be better. But
at the same time, who am I to not support whatever your dream is?
Yeah, but this is what I say. If I'm writing this movie,
okay,
you know what I mean, that final scene
is gonna be him in the NFL.
Is Cap walking back onto that field.
Okay.
The national anthem comes on.
And he still
and
take a knee.
He take a knee, and everybody kneels with him. You know what I mean? Like that, because at the end of the day,
I hope he lives that long.
I mean, but
because he's in great shape now. I wonder how long you have to keep that shit up for this to happen.
But I'm just saying, like, if we were to write the
this
movie,
motherfucker have to be like Shannon Sharp or something.
But I'm just saying that's what we would want to see.
Yeah, of course we would.
I understand, because his dream would be recognized, and then the statement of our solidarity would be stated. So, and that's what, like, to me, because I asked you this. And I haven't got a chance to talk to Jay.
Right.
But when, if I do get that opportunity, I want to know what he got out of sitting next to Goodell and making that statement. Because I see how they benefited from it. I don't know what he got out, or we got. He don't need the money. He's definitely a leader. He ain't no sellout. None of that stuff. That's not even up for question. But I'm like, yo, what conversation? Why would you choose now? Because even that
would it be a matter of inclusion, though, to make sure that we're fairly represented within the corporation?
I don't want to see that at the table. Fuck the table. We make our own. He has the power to make his own table.
I mean,
I just don't understand. Even if you're gonna have the conversations, don't sit up and laugh and like to me, that's where I was like, ooh, they using you as a pawn. Like, I don't see the benefit that you, because Jay's one of them dudes like, I'm not showing up unless I get something out of it. Whether it's like a bag, a elevated
See, that's the thing, though.
for our community.
We'll never know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like,
we'll never know.
And he's strategic. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna always, like, if Jay say he gonna, I'm gonna watch this play out.
We gotta see it through.
But that's what, like, because to me, I was thinking like, okay, Jay about to own a team, or Jay about to, he got Cap a job. Like, to me, like, again, another great scene in the movie would be
whispers and rumblings.
Yeah, like a great scene in the movie would be Jay-Z like, yes, I'm doing this with the NFL, and Cap will be starting on Monday. Like then we praising Jay-Z.
It's not too soon. I mean, that's one. Excuse me. It's not too late.
Late, yeah, absolutely. That's it. I just don't know. The way it played out, it looked like they were using him, and I don't know what he got out of it, or what. I don't want to say we because it ain't no collective we.
But by the door, the spook that sat by the door, he had to, what I mean?
But
it had to appear a certain way for it to have the effect. That's what I'm saying.
There got to be a method to what he like. He's being strategic. He's being calculated. So I'm like, but for me, from where I'm sitting, I'm like, I don't see where he don't need the money. Yeah. He don't need the attention. Yeah. He said in one of his rhymes, he said,
he has $1 billion and a Beyonce. I mean,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he don't need the NFL for nothing. He stated that. So why would he even take their call?
Yeah. I mean, I do know in the Atlanta Super Bowl, the one last year.
With JD and all that stuff that he was doing.
Nah, what I'm saying is, I do know that there was a definite lack of representation from it was a disconnect.
Right.
Of course, JD.
It's always been, though.
Of course, JD. I think that's probably what I'm imagining that the NFL could be looking for them to kind of bridge the gap to.
Yeah, but fuck the NFL. Like at the end of the day, like, that's their shit.
Yeah, I totally agree. But do we want inclusion or not? Do we want to be represented or not? Because I know we'll be pissed off if they get up there and have some fucking lily white pop artists doing our latest dances.
They've been doing that.
I know it, and we say something about it. So could this not be a step in the right direction for them showing
So we gonna put you in control of the niggas dancing around?
Not the niggas dancing around.
But I'm saying,
when you say the shit like that, not just that. I'm just saying, that is okay. Look, man. Obviously, there are a lot of people who come watch football that are of your culture.
Facts.
And that means we have them to represent as we're entertaining, as we present our games and do our thing. Okay, so instead of us figuring out the best way to represent them, why don't I hire you or partner with you?
Hire, I mean, this is the thing, because when you go back to representation and being a part of the conversation, I'll take it all the way back to Jim Brown. Now, if we want to talk about somebody who came and was a true fixture in the NFL,
right?
Like, he was running white folks over,
and
him
and OJ.
Yeah, and even because
OJ kept running.
Yeah, OJ was like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. That nigga just kept going, and he started killing white women. It's crazy. Allegedly.
Wait.
Allegedly.
Not guilty.
Allegedly.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Hey, he's still out there talking shit, so I gotta salute him. He don't give a fuck. He on Twitter.
He's free to do that.
As he should be. Now, but in all seriousness, Jim Brown stepped up and at a time when you want to talk about inclusion and having a seat at the table, and even in solidarity of, it was Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, when it was time to stand up for the black athlete,
that's right.
They all came together.
That's right.
And I feel like the NBA does that very well.
Yeah.
LeBron and all that, they'll step up.
Chris Paul.
But there's something about this $40 million slave mentality that the NFL has with calling the owners, and there are no black owners, and you know what I mean? Like, these constructs are hanging over our head are truly racist. So if nobody's dealing with that, I don't give a fuck about who's dancing at the halftime. Let's get to the real issues. Let's get some black owners.
I get that.
Let's keep you creating these millionaires. Yeah, that's great, but are you allowing them to excel? Because really, at the end of the day, it's a game of gladiators. You watching them bang each other in the head, and you training them up from babies for your entertainment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like when you really step back and look like what we have to offer, if you're not gonna, like I said, fuck having a seat at the table. We need to create our own table, and that's why I commend people like my guy Ice Cube, who
the big three.
Like we gotta support that.
The big three is a motherfucker. That's a fucking. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, but we gotta rock with him.
Yeah.
Because even I was having a conversation with Cap. I was like, it was at that time because I feel like they was talking about Puff was. Trying to buy the Panthers. Yeah. And I was like, Puff got a lot of money, but he ain't got that.
Hey, they pushed his ass right on the pot.
Yeah, you got to have at least $3 billion liquid.
How about we give you a Ciroc lounge?
Like but I was like, yo, what about arena football? What about Canadian football? Like, we can go buy that. We can go buy all the arena football teams. To get collected, we put our money together and have everybody. Or what about HBCU college football? Let's have everybody go to HBCUs.
That we could do.
And then we could support that. It's already an infrastructure there.
Yeah.
Let's go support our historically black college university football teams.
Right.
And show up and wear their stuff, buy their merchandise.
Right.
Then we change things.